participants can join. But I think at this time, we are good to commence the webinar because we are working with within a particular time, and we know that today is Saturday, today is weekend, and many of us will have some other engagements we want to go for. So I'm happy to have every one of you that have joined this webinar. By way of an introduction, my name is Barrister Emmanuel Akpeme. So I'm a lawyer of over 10 years and have been practicing law in Nigeria for the past 11 years, right? We have some distinguished personalities in our midst, particularly our guest, who is an executive director from the European International University, Paris. He is Dr. Jatin Anand. He has graciously given us his time to be here, just to ensure that every one of us get to know about this opportunity, because knowledge is meaningful, knowledge is beneficial when you are aware of it. When you are not aware of it, you cannot do most anything with information. But when you have access to that information, that's when you can benefit from it. Many Africans are not aware of this affordable higher education offering. And that is why Dr. Anand is here to make Africans to be aware about this, and so that we can maximize it. So Dr. Anand, thank you so much for your presence here. We really, really appreciate you. We know you are a very busy person, a top executive, but you have found it worthy to spend this about 1 hour with us. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Good afternoon to all present. Thank you very much. It's highly appreciated, Emmanuel, at the same time, from European International University as well as Pedagogue. I welcome all the participants, fellow students, and country people in Nigeria. I hope you're having a great time and enjoying the weather out there. Yes, this is quite appreciated, the much needed at the same time, this event which you have done for your communities as well as fellow students and would-be students. So again, this was much needed, I would say. And again, welcome you all and lovely greetings from Paris and London. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, so we've heard from Dr. Anand. He's happy to meet with us. And I know that we have some of our students, some students of European International University, for the MBA or for the bachelor's already that's even joined this webinar. So we're happy to have you.
Yeah.
Now, the sequence of today's event will be in this format. I will give a brief overview about Yebo Academy, what Yebo Academy is about, because some persons have been asking, what is Yebo Academy? Is Yebo Academy a university? Is Yebo Academy a polytechnic and all that? I'm going to give a brief overview about Yebo Academy, and then we invite Dr. Anand to just speak to us generally about education, about the role that European International University is coming into play, about pedagogue and all that things. Then very briefly, and then we'll then go into the Q&A, question and answer. So if you have a question that you want to ask, you can type it in the chat box, or you can also use the raise hand button. If you want to speak out, if you are comfortable speaking out, you can use the raise hand button and then we'll call on you. However, you can still type it in the chat box and we'll read it out. That will be the question and answer session. Then after the Q&A, we will have the first graduates. So we're already producing graduates through Yebo Academy, graduates of European International University, persons in Africa, persons in Nigeria who registered through Yebo Academy for the past 1 year, graduating, concluding their program, and already been issued their degree certificates and transcripts. So we'll have one of them share with us her experience very briefly. And with that, we'll come to the end of today's webinar. So that is how it will take, that's how today's webinar will take place. Please always keep your mic muted so that there will be no interruption, right? Keep it muted. If you want to put on your video, good and fine. If you don't want to put on your video, it's still okay. But just ensure that you follow along, and when it is time for question and answer, you ask all the relevant questions that you want to ask. So now it is not from me you are hearing it from. You are hearing it directly from the stakeholders of European International University. So it's not me that is telling you. So you have all the opportunity, you have to ask all the questions and clarifications that you desire. Now, what is Yebo Academy? Yebo Academy is an initiative that started sometime in 2020, towards the end of 2020. You know, we were just coming out from COVID-19, the lockdown across the world and everything. And Nigeria was experiencing a huge challenge regarding higher education. Those of you here that are Nigerians, and yes, I'm aware that some of us are from Ghana, from neighboring, from other African countries. We welcome you all, right? All the Ghanaians in the house, you are all welcome. Now, in 2020, there was this issue of lockdown across Africa, across Nigeria, and higher education was on a standstill because there were no structure on ground to take care of educating Nigerians apart from the physical structure, apart from the campus structure. So the whole higher education system was on a standstill. Added to that issue was the fact that the academic staff of Nigerian universities, the public universities, were on strike. And so for a period of over 8 months, people were not having access to education. But because COVID-19 came, we got to see about the various opportunities in digital education, in online education, in distance learning education. And I said to myself, why are we suffering? Why are Africans suffering? Why are Nigerians suffering? We can get access to education without the physical one-on-one meeting. And that was when the issue of Yebo Academy came about. But there was another challenge: affordability. How do we get access? How do we get access to quality education, but at an affordable fee? Most of this education outside Africa, most of the education institutions outside Africa, they are priced in foreign currencies. And when you convert it to the African currencies or Nigerian currencies, they are usually higher than what the common man can access, can afford. And so the search started. By the grace of God, I was able to meet with the Director General of National University, the person of Professor Dr. Edward. He was gracious enough to say, even though our fees are at this rate, but for Africans, we are going to still bring it lower. So see, the truth is, European International University was already giving access to higher education at an affordable rate. That is the vision of EIU Paris. But they also gave an added discount to African students just to encourage education in Africa. So if you go to EIU website today, you will see the fee, which is if you are to do a comparison, it is very, very affordable. But the management of EIU decided to give a further discount for Africans. That was how the partnership started, and this is 1 year and some months now that we have been on together, just letting Africans know about this affordable education. So that was how Yebo Academy came about. So the vision and the purpose of Yebo Academy is just to ensure that Africans have access to education at an affordable rate. You can learn anywhere you are. There is no hindrance to say there is a quota system. There is a number that the particular university can admit because there is a limited slot. In this particular university, EIU, there are no limited slots, right? And so Yebo Academy, in partnership with EIU and Pedagogue, came together to ensure that Africans have access to this opportunity. I will stop now to allow our guest to speak, and that's the person of Dr. Anand Jatin, to tell us more about European International University, to tell us more about Pedagogue and what they are doing to ensure that not just Africans, because their own is beyond Africa, right? Their vision is beyond Africa, to ensure that globally people have access to affordable, quality higher education. Thank you very much, Dr. Anand.
Emmanuel, thank you very much for what you said. It's been a great insight about your country. You talked about the pandemic. You talked about how it all started, and you're doing great, considerable amount of hard work through Yebo Academy by continuing being our channel of EIU Paris and Pedagogue in Nigeria, and taking our mission forward. So it's again much appreciated. You being present in the center and providing all the support to all the students, along with the staff at Pedagogue. I think the path to empowerment has just started. Well, I was just telling you before as well, I'm speeches, because I am more into technology and strategic thinking, and I come from a financial background along with a lot of thinking work and brand equity side. But again, it's an opportunity whenever it comes to speaking and talk to you. It's always amazing. And when it is question and answers rounds, strong with the students, I love it at the same time. So again, my best wishes to everybody. Now, I have written a little bit. As you said, the agenda was to give a speech as well. I'll talk about certain things to begin with before I come to our question and answers round and talking about the university and Pedagogue. I was in a recent TV show in the last month, I believe, and they asked me a question: what is European International University? How is European International University different than other universities? Or what are you doing different? Well, I put it forward to them. At the same time, I asked them, why are other universities not doing what EIU Paris is doing? And it got them a bit amused and confused. What am I talking about? And the reason is just here, which is all about empowerment, and how empowerment comes is in the end. But how it starts is through commercialization. All the universities globally are commercializing education. It has become a high-level industry. The quality and the education, which is when we say level of education in terms of higher education, in terms of degrees of postgraduate level or undergraduate levels, has become so expensive that already it's adding on to a burden to students and parents. So which puts people off to go for higher learning when they see the fees of international universities. It has actually already ruined a lot of lives of people by paying high level of fees to the universities, thinking it's going to give them good level returns. People have taken loans to study from foreign universities and not achieve what actually they should have got back. Now, all this thing in traditional education is what we set up our mission, and our mission is taken forward through your company. Now, our main as an organization is to cut down and remove commercialized education. We want education to be for everyone. And without education, I don't think anything is possible in the world. So I've written a few lines. I'm going to read it straight away. Empowerment. So what is empowerment? It is a process of enabling people to take control of their own lives and become self-sufficient. It involves giving people the power to make better decisions for themselves, for their families, and eventually their countries. If somebody is learned enough, then they can obviously take the best decision, and the families can grow, they can have a good living, they can have a good status of life, and eventually it helps the country's GDP. Obviously, when people are working hard and the people are growing, and it eventually helps the country. And how is empowerment possible? It's only through education. There are other ways: education, access to resources, providing opportunities, but the main key role is played through education. Now, here is where our university plays a major role. By cutting down the cost of education, we could have profited like other universities. Our competitors, our counterparts, other universities are not happy with what we do because we got a similar level accreditations, but we choose to go this way because we don't want to monetize wealth through this business. End of the day, I come from the business background. For any business, let's say a university, let's say a charity, or anybody to continue growing and surviving and paying staff, you need income. And even for a university like us, we need income. We've got a staff of up to this growing staff. We've got across more than 50 people now working in the academic side alone, let alone such professors, teachers, subjects. We all are paid. Still, we are to the means. Everybody follows the wish of the group of organization, and that is the most priority, and that's how we operate. Um, the level of fees in our university is bare minimum. I would say it's already 1/10 of the fees of any other comparable university internationally. But after our directors met Emmanuel of Yebo Academy, we discussed a lot of strategies. We discussed a lot. We understood the scenario. We understood how Emmanuel approached us and how Emmanuel wanted to do something special, something different for his community, his people, his countrymen, and all over Nigeria. And that's how we went forward with something very special. Even though our costs are already so low, we cut down the cost by slash the prices and the fees by another 50%. Now that is something above being normal. This is something very high level, which even I was surprised from the business side because I didn't like it, to be very honest with you, because we know the cost is, we work on cost to cost basis, but we feel privileged and we feel achieved when we see number of people. I come to the number later on. As a business, my job is to see the numbers, and numbers is, I'm talking about, is money, monetary, how much income we are generating. But as a university, because of our mission, we talk about numbers of people graduating. So there is the difference of EIU Paris compared to other universities. Now, in Nigeria, we've slashed the prices, and now this is a massive opportunity for everybody to get highest level qualifications to the standards which are international levels, comparable to any other global university, and grow yourselves. And grow yourselves eventually helps to get best of the best jobs. If not the jobs, at least your own lifestyle, your thinking power, your horizon of the brain, and improving that every your own ambience. You eventually are becoming a brand in yourself. You can take better decisions. You can do a better business. The curriculum is at the highest standards, developed by the top luminaries plus industry experts, and is approved by the French ministry. And that's how we want to operate along with Yebo Academy. Now, the amount of hard work which Yebo Academy is doing in Nigeria, if people understand how we have come to this level, what I just explained, it should clearly say that, yes, this is a massive opportunity. Because anybody starts to research from the day as a cycle of education starts, is somebody completes his, let's say, undergraduation, and then they start to look for post-graduation. They start to search around for universities, and they come across our university. They see the price difference is much high. Price difference is there at the same time. See accreditations, they get happy and they start to go. And when we say Nigeria, especially, prices which we've done is strategically for just for the growth of the country and our mission. And now, having said that again and again, I would say to do your due diligence and research, check more about our sites, visit our sites, visit our pedagogue platform, and check what is the difference we are doing, or how much extra work we are doing. We've got staff dedicated working with Yebo at the university level with assignment checkers, to the research thesis checkers, and the staff at pedagogue. On a daily basis, we have a dedicated staff who reports back to the students' queries at the best manner, the fastest manner. A lot of students message a lot about having some issues or some assignments, the plagiarism issues, or logging in issues, or let's say documentation issues, which we see there's a lot of issues from the documentation side as well. But we always reach out to the stage for the completion of whatever we need. Now, moving forward, what we plan is I'm ready to answer all the queries if you have any form of confusions or anything which you want to see, because this is an opportunity for all you guys to ask me personally at the same time, along with our channel partner, our very beloved channel partner, Yebo Academy, whom we support very much at the core level, and is always with you, always there for you, and that is what, Emmanuel, I think the key goal is.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anand, for that great analysis about the role that EIU is playing together with pedagogue to really take away commercialization of higher education, because that is what is happening across the world, commercialization of education. And some persons erroneously now link higher cost of education to quality, which in most cases is not true. The fact that you pay high fees doesn't mean the quality of the education you're getting is also high. But so people want to link that up. Now, participants, you can ask any question. Anand is here. In fact, this webinar is purely for us to ask directly. So before now, you'll be speaking to Yebo Academy, right? But we want you to ask your questions directly to the to EIU Paris, right? So you can type in your question, or you can use the raise hand button if you want to speak. But we have some questions that have always pop up. Yes. I would like to ask Dr. Anand.
Yes.
How acceptable globally is the certificates that students who graduate from EIU have? As in, how acceptable is that EIU certificate?
That's very important. That's one of the most important questions, by the way, for any would-be student. Now, EIU Paris is a private higher education establishment authorized by the French Ministry of National Education. That is the first core to operate as a license, to operate as a university, which is not easy to get. We're not a simple institution. We are a university through the license from the French Ministry of National Education. Secondly, we have 5-star stars in teaching and online learning by QS Intelligence, which is Quackremole Simons, the top institution which does comprehensive and in-depth framework of to rate comparable universities globally. Now, to get 5-star rating is not easy, because they compare all the institution at the framework which they have set up. Now, we are the top 55th best global business school, rated amongst Harvard, Wharton, Kellogg's, Cornell, even HEC Paris. So to have the top 55th rank is not easy. There's a lot of scrutiny behind. There's a lot of checks behind, reaccreditations all the time happening in our campuses, in our systems. Moving forward, ASIC International Accreditation, which is again very renowned, at the same time is not easy to get, which is a UK-based accreditation organization and service for international organizations, international universities, which is ASIC of the UK. Moving forward, I would say we also have EIU as a candidate with ACBSP of the United States now, which is the largest accreditation council globally. We also offer UK government recognized qualification conferred by Qualify, and which is an Ofqual related awarding body. Now, these 6 things which I've talked about is the completion of all full accreditation, which brings the acceptability and recognition of our degrees and programs at the international par levels. And after the completion of the certification, now, apart from that, just out of that, we have a dedicated team who works on the branding. We have got our own publication, and every day we're getting 15 to 25 publications and scientific papers and research thesis submissions from top writers, scientists on a daily basis, and we're giving them priority because they're already top scientists and researchers. From our own students, scientific researchers, we check the level, the framework which is required through the international publications setup. If some students have reached that level in the scientific papers and thesis, we do publish them at the same time. We have our blogs. We're working dedicatedly on our branding at the same time. Our brand equity of our brand itself is also in the verge of improvement on a day-to-day basis. Now, which is also important when people talk about the name as Harvard. Obviously, an institution with the status, with the brand equity, because of their alumni, is at that level that they're already charging hundreds of thousands of dollars for one single MBA. And even that is impossible to gain because they give preference to their alumni's children. So there's a lot of bureaucracy between it because they're all fully commercialized. So degree from the European International University is of course regulated to qualify, and which means WES, which is the World Education Service. I don't know if you guys have heard about WES, which is the international organization, International Credential Evaluation Authority, which recognizes our degrees, which you can't go more than that. That is the end. So our degrees are recognized, which means students after the completion can continue studying further education globally with any other university, or some students looking to migrate or get jobs internationally with multinational companies or international levels. When they provide the CVs and the degrees to those companies, they do a check with WES to see the levels of their accreditation of the university, and that is all there. So there is no question about acceptability is low, whatever. It's at the same level with any other accredited university. And there are many universities which do not have these all accreditations, which we have. So we have the highest standards and very stringency, and our LMS is scrutinized and checked on a monthly basis by the National French Authority, the governments, and other accreditation services, which is again very important. That's why we focus. Our academics are always on my head, and I'm always on their head, because our partners are asking, some students are not giving plagiarized proper research thesis, but we cannot control it. We have to follow the accreditation standards. So we have still given a highest level leverage to the students in Nigeria for their plagiarism levels in the research thesis. I think, I don't know, that's academic side is 50 to 60%, which is something only academics can talk. But yes, we've given an extra support to people in Nigeria because we have challenged to the World Council, etc., that yes, the country needs people needs to be more empowered, and this is what we are trying to do along with Yebo Academy through Emmanuel. And Emmanuel, I will come to the next point at the same time after talking about acceptability, or unless if there's anything I'm missing, please let me know. I think I've covered the acceptability points.
Yes, you have. It was really, really detailed. And just so that the participants online can are aware, Dr. Anand spoke to the fact that EIU Paris in 2023 was ranked the 55th best business school in the world, you know, by a particular magazine that ranks business schools. And we have business school, top business school, and right now, even those that have been ranked 100, they pay far higher than what EIU Paris is collecting as its fees. So what is there? And again, he mentioned the issue of WES. So WES, as some of you are aware, is the top ranking accreditation institution that rates your certificates, as in whether it is equivalent to some other types, right, across the world. And WES, through the together with the OFQA that Dr. Anand mentioned, you are able to get, as in your degree certificate, authenticated by WES. So it offers a whole lot of opportunities so that you can go further. You can further, if you want to, if it is from the bachelor's, you want to do your master's from another on university abroad, if it's on the masters, you want to do your PhD or another masters. So in the degree certificate, both at the bachelor's level or at the master's level, they are all globally recognized. So the next question I want to ask is, what are the courses? Because some persons do come and say, we want to do this course, we want to do this course. What are the courses that are offered by EIU Paris together with Pedagogue? What are the courses that Africans can have access to?
So we have a dedicated page and a platform, which is an edtech platform named Pedagogue. Now, Pedagogue is a blockchain-based learning platform in which there is a dedicated page set up for Yebo Academy, which is pedagogue.ac/Yebo. All the courses and programs are very easy understanding language. They have been mentioned there along with the fee structure. Now, this is dedicatedly been set up for Nigeria and through Yebo. Now, the courses, the degree programs starts from MBA, 17 specializations. We have bachelor's undergrad programs, BBA, with 7 to 8 specializations. And then we have MSIET, which is one of the most innovative. MSIET is to do with innovation in teaching and education. MSIET, Emmanuel, if you know, this is one of the students who also started recently in Nigeria. Then we have many students of Yebo are doing MSMMHP, which is Masters of Science in Mental Health and Psychology, which is another great master's level degree program. We have then BBA top-up programs. We have a few more bachelor's degrees programs, and then we have professional doctoral programs from PhD. We've got practitioner doctorate programs, and we've got doctorate with honors at the same time. So we cover courses from the undergraduate, then postgraduate, and then at the doctoral levels to PhD levels. So we cover quite a large area and of higher learning for anybody who want to enter into higher learning, starting from completion of the basic education in Nigeria, starting from the first level from graduation, then post-graduation, and then up to the doctoral levels. In future, we also have plans to start internships for some certain students, because there is obviously there's a gap. We could allow them to get some hands-on experience while studying, to get an international level experience along with your degree, which just improves your CV and worthiness of your LinkedIn profiles. Now, I don't know, Emmanuel, are you going to cover to the cost in the next part, or should I cover the cost at the same time?
Yes, you can go on. Yes, you can cover it. Yes.
So let me tell you, our MBA, which is 17 specialization, normally costs 1,500 euros, right? This is for the international market. Now, this is already 1/3 of the international level prices. A similar accredited MBA online only from the UK will cost you £10,000, which is around 11,000 euros. We been challenged by even the French ministry to do similar level prices, but it's up to us. We work on volumes. We have a different strategy. We work on our mission. We want to increase our the level of education and be accredited and be called up as a university who people look up to. That yes, this has brought in a lot of change, and we work on a different manner. So already the prices are 1,500 euros, which is 1/3 of the international level prices. But for Nigeria, we have slashed the prices by another 50%. So all the same level accreditations, you're getting it for MBA. I believe it's for $660 or $600.
Yeah, $600.
So full MBA at $600, which works out to be approximately around 550 euros or something, which we are charging 1,500 from at international levels from all the other countries in the world. You can most welcome to visit the site, the EIU.ac, the university's website, and check the prices yourselves. And students reach out there at the same time. They get confused. They get surprised how in Nigeria, Yebo is offering the same degree. I mean, obviously, the teachers assignments, checkers, all the staff is sitting at one location in Paris and then doing all the checks. And even the staff gets bombarded with a lot of theses and the research work coming through Yebo from Nigeria at the price which is it doesn't even meet our cost. And because it involves a lot of stuff happening behind, you see. So from 1500 euros to 600 euros only for a degree at the postgraduate level, which is more than surprising. So this is a massive opportunity. Now coming to undergrad, which is BBA, a bachelor's 3-year degree program with installments at directly with the university, costs more than 3000 euros. The price on the site is 2400 euros, but when students are going for installments, there is a charge of interest. Interest is at the rate of 21% roughly. So it works out to be more than 3000 euros for one BBA 3-year degree. Whereas for Yebo, Academy has bought it to their country at the price of, I believe, $800 in installments. $800 in installments. 24 modules, a 3-year degree program of bachelor's completion at just $800, which cuts the cost to, I believe, $66 per module or $33 per module. $33 per module. You pay as you go, you pay as you earn, or you pay as you can afford, and without a single penny interest. This is not, I would say, this is not just possible, but it puts a lot of burden to our staff, believe me. And it's not easy. Manuel, you know that very well. There has been some times when we discuss and argue sometimes, and which is standard, because there is a challenge, because the staff has to do same amount of work in academics, checking assignments, replying back to the students, uploading their documentation, checking and grading, and then regrading again and again when students are not doing the standard level of thesis reports. So, but at the price which is a day's wage in Paris. So obviously, there's a difference in the country's wage, so which is different. So we are doing it from our pockets. So our main idea is we want to be known as the top university in Central Africa, as well as the whole of African continent. And Yebo is being our channel in the middle of the country, is taking it all next level. And I really want that as our students in Nigeria, you are our alumni, you are our future, you are our, you are the ones who are going to be with us throughout your lives, because your branding is involved with the Paris, with the European International University's brand. When you graduate, I would say to first thing you do it is, take Emmanuel's help to set up your LinkedIn profile. Emmanuel, I don't know if you do counseling for providing career service or a CV service or building their LinkedIn profiles. Just tell the students to register them as an alumni of EIU Paris. It just will suddenly change the whole lot of branding, a personal branding level I'm talking about. They will feel more related, and they will feel more obliged, and they will feel more professional suddenly. You will see that. And all the ambience changes across with our branding. So we have a separate team which works in the branding. So coming back to the prices, we have done some doctorals. Somebody is the people who want to continue their education at the academics level to enter into doctoral side after their post graduation. We have a doctoral degree, which is a professional doctorate degrees at the fees which is not possible elsewhere. If you tell it to any other partners or across the globe, that is quite surprising. Emmanuel, you might tell us how much is it. If on our website, on our website is the pricing is at 10,000 euros. That is the price of a professional doctorate degree, and our practitioner's doctorate degree is priced 20,000 euros. Whereas through Yebo, we are giving literally 90% scholarship. I think, and that is through Yebo. $2,000 is it is that's the price, and then that also I believe students can pay in installments.
Yes.
So you see, this is a one-off opportunity, and this we have discussed a lot. Should we? But then we have discussed a lot in our internal teams about this. To be very honest, Emmanuel. But seeing like we discuss all the time, we see yourself talking about economy, talking about the macro level in the country, the situation, the money situation, the job sector. We work with you, we talk to you, we discuss. We mutually are gonna continue this, and we really hope students share it across, and students have, I would just say, it's an opportunity. It's a
It's
massive
an
opportunity to
opportunity.
grow. Because
Yeah.
because
Thank
believe me,
you.
I will give you a quotation for myself. All this time I've been learning. I'm still learning. I've subscribed to a lot of magazines. I read subjects which are not even related to my business right now. I read National Geographic. I will read fashion magazines. I will read. Uh, uh, I'm basically a stock trader by my profession. I'm in fintech. I read every single thing. I read Economic Times. I read Bloomberg. I read Forbes all the time. But it's not helping me. But that reading is information just getting stored in the part of my brain and becoming knowledge. Now that knowledge, so things which I read around 20 years ago, I am using it now. So that is knowledge management. That is what I'm saying. But it has to start from a degree. You need to have a certain level of recognition in yourselves as a brand yourself, that you are degree. You have got a degree, and then continue innovating. Don't be laggards. Continue reading anything which interests you, because you will not know suddenly that level of information which you store in your brain as knowledge will be utilized. Now,
Okay, thank you, Dr. Martin. So, sorry to cut
yes, please.
we have questions of time, right? That's why I said let me just come in.
Yes,
But, before the question for you, Dr. And Bakid, yes, Bakid, would you want to ask your question, Mr. Bakid?
Hello, thank you for this webinar.
thank you.
I do not know if you can
Yes.
hear me very well.
We can.
Yes.
Uh, all right, thank you very much. My question is in line with the MBA specializations. I want to find out if university accepts transfer credits for MBA, and if they do, what type of credits do they get?
Okay, Bakid is asking if EIU accepts transfer credits. That's credits from one institution. Is that what you mean, Bakid? Right?
Yeah,
Okay. What is what is the certification that you have?
I hope the
Okay.
role for
I will. Yes,
most.
I got your question. You see, MBA
Okay.
is a specialized degree at the postgraduate level. Now, when it comes to transferring of credits, where are you planning to get the credit? What is the last level of education which you are planning, which you are thinking about? If you could give me a little bit more detail.
Is credits.
Okay, so obviously this is an academics question, but as far as I know that in MBA, and in MBA, the transfer of credit is not, and in the graduation levels, yes, certainly we have the system for accepting the credits, but not really for directly for MBA. But we have some facilities in which to enter into MBA, there is a system in the French system in through VAE. If somebody has completed certain level of experience in a dedicated industry, they can continue doing showing the proofs of their experiences and get into an MBA. But again, this is an academics question, Emmanuel. I don't think we do MBA credits acceptance, but there are certain ways which we can consider. If the question can be sent to us through email, Miss Shamina can look into, because she works in the academic side. She is present here as well, but I don't
Okay.
think she'll be able to answer right now. This needs some more details, and we can check on it.
Okay.
I'm
So
certainly
thank
sure
you so
that
much,
he may
Dr.
be able to
Anand.
accept.
Yeah, thank you. So Bakid, you can send the message to Yebo Academy or or visit the website, right? You can send that message, or we'll type in a WhatsApp number on the chat box that you can send this message to, so that we can take the discussion further at this webinar, okay? So that EIU look at the credits you are transferring and see if it is commensurate to qualify you for the MBA program. We can take that after now. All right, thank you very much. Pen Collins, your hand is raised. You want to ask a question? Pen Collins. Okay, whilst we wait for Pen Collins, there's a question here.
Okay.
Okay, Pen Collins, you can go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
Collins. I would like to get a clarification on the area of specialty, because I see on the website they have programs like, let me say, for instance, the MBA in finance. I would like to know if, apart from the common courses which is being done by all the specializations, I would like to know if there are special courses being offered in the program, like in MBA in finance, are they offering, apart from the main courses, are they also offering courses in corporate finance, investment analysis, financial management, and so on? So I would like to get clarity on that. Thank you.
You can ask us, and we can check with the different industry that a student wants to do a specialization in a particular area which the student is interested in, and we think, and I'm really sure we can.
Now, Francis Ajanaku has a question, Doctor. He is asking that for students without dollar account, how do we pay with Naira here in Nigeria? Also considering dollar price in parallel market and black market in Nigeria. Any assistance from Yebo on this? Okay, so this is for Yebo Academy. It's not for Dr. Anand, because Dr. Anand is, the fee is denominated in USD, euros and all that. So for us here in Nigeria, it is a peculiar situation in Nigeria. Nigeria has been facing the forex challenge for quite some time now, and so at a point it was you can only use your card, Naira card, for $100 in a month. Later on, it was reduced to $20 in a month, and now it's all the banks in Nigeria, they have said that not even use your Naira card to pay in foreign currency. What we at Yebo Academy we are doing is this: we can support students so that you pay the Naira equivalent to Yebo Academy, and we will be able to go through the hassle of sourcing for the USD and then credit your wallet, your pedagogue wallet, with which you can then use to purchase the modules. So you can speak with us. We will work together to see how we can source for the USD at most times it's usually at the parallel market rate, right? And then you pay the equivalent, whilst we use our own USD card to credit your wallet, that is your pedagogue wallet, that's the LMS, and then with that purchase the module. So that's how we are doing it for now, until when our forex goes better. But we are always there to support you. We have persons who have asked to say, I can't use my card, can you credit my wallet for us? And we speak together and we're able to go around it and assist them to purchase their modules. So Francis, you can always speak with us and we'll assist you in that regard. He says, what are the supports put in place to assist students?
I could just we tried with our payment gateway to integrate Naira, but the payment gateway, the international level payment gateways in the UK as well as in Paris, they do not allow Naira. So that was a bit of challenge for us. I did go to the next mile to do that. But I don't know if you want to check with some students with crypto payments. I think Nigeria loves crypto. I believe so. I think I've heard a lot, in cryptos. Yes, you could see through Binance, we can create an account if some students want to do that, because we want to make it easier. I tried my best to challenge Stripe and some other payment gateways in the UK, even the banks. They because of volatility with the dollar to Naira, I think that's the reason they're not giving us a line. I want to make it easier for the students.
Thank you so much, Jatin. So I know the Nigerians, though banks in Nigeria are not allowed to support cryptocurrencies transaction, right? But there have been peer-to-peer transactions that have been going on in Nigeria, and we believe that option of cryptocurrencies will be a good one for as many persons who can do it, right? So it will be an option for them if and when it comes on. Yeah, and there's an active P2P market in Nigeria. In fact, we are among the #1 across Africa in terms of peer-to-peer trading. Just that the banks are not allowed to support it, but there is peer-to-peer trading. So we can explore that option for as many persons who want to do that. Thank you. Francis is asking, what are the support put in place for assist students during the course of study in case of any bottleneck? Francis, you have different levels of support. You have support from pedagogue, you have support from EIU, you have support from Yebo. So your Yebo is in Nigeria, and our duty is to ensure you have a seamless course of study. So what at any point in time you have any challenge in the course of your study, we are there for you. Just reach out. We have a dedicated WhatsApp number. You can always reach out to us. If it's something we cannot handle, we have direct link with pedagogue, we have direct link with EIU, and we ensure that all issues are resolved. Yes. Have to work at all. We are on ground in Nigeria, in Africa, to support. Whether you are in Nigeria or you are in Ghana or you are in Cameroon, you can always reach out to us and we'll support you all the way. Then Olushola is asking, can someone with a legal background apply to study MBA in Yebo? Okay, so
yes,
Dr. Jatin.
MBA is for everyone. Even doctors are doing MBA. I'll tell you why. Because end of the day, the goal is to sell. The goal is to generate income for any business. Any business needs income. So doctors who are running hospitals, private hospitals, they know their profession, but they are lacking in how to grow their business, how to manage their business, how to a restaurant owner could work traditionally. The child of a chef could become a chef, but then their growth is limited. But some chefs have done MBA, so that their children have actually created chain of restaurants, because to manage chain of restaurants, you need a management degree, you need a level of understanding of entrepreneurial skills, and then if you got MBA, you can manage chain, you can manage franchising, you can create a big branding. So coming back from legal side, if you're running your own institution or your own legal service or your own legal practice, or even if, let's say, you're working as a legal advisor or a solicitor for some firm, MBA is only going to help you to gain level of knowledge, to expand and to grow your business and to grow your network. And eventually, in future, if you want to start up a business, that will always help you. So MBA is for everyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anand. And so I'm an example. I'm a lawyer and I have an MBA.
So example is with you.
MBA is for everyone, right? So I tell you, there's the legal side of the issue and there's also the business side of the issue. When you have the training from both legal and business, you become better than the lawyer who is only legally minded. So
if you visit our LinkedIn profile, we recently shared one profile. He runs a multi-mega million dollars hospital in Dubai. Now he's a doctor, but he is now giving employment to, I think, 80-90 doctors in his hospital. It's a mega multi-million dollars hospital in Dubai. And this doctor is now not doing his practice, but he's sitting at the top managing his hospital. And he completed his MBA from EIU. And we done a post on him on LinkedIn. We did an executive student feature. So this is just an example. And that's what I would like to say. Yes.
Thank you. Francis Ajanaku is asking, what MBA specialization can be recommended for an engineer?
Amazing. Yes.
For an engineer, which of the specialization would you advise?
Engineering and management. Engineering and MBA goes very well along. Because see, as an engineer, you could be working in a factory, in a technical side, in the development of the factory or manufacturing side. But with an MBA, you get into roles of management. Because you then start to think on a different, let's say you're a mechanical engineer, a general MBA could be very good. I would say general MBA or international business. Because let's say you are working in a factory as an engineer, and they're producing, let's say, certain tools or some kind of technology you're building. But then the major goal of that factory is to sell, right, to international markets. So a person who is background is in engineering, but they have selling and international negotiation skills, would be preferred to go to international markets and to sell the product. Because when it comes to selling and presenting your product, you need to have a level of understanding of engineering. So I would say management, MBA in international management, MBA in international business, MBA in general management. These are the skills, these are the areas. Operations management is very good, which is logistics and supply chain management is good. If you are, so you have to see what area you want to be. Let's say if you're bored enough not to work in a factory, but you want to enter into selling your products which you are building, you could enter into like I said, international business. If you feel there's a need of export of your product, or if it's operations, you want to manage and make your operations much better. Logistics and supply chain management is all around a degree. So yes, but again, MBA in general management is well good enough, and you can do certain level of research at the last thesis of your in the area which you want to specialize. So it's a very good mix, engineering with MBA. End of the day, you're going to be known as MBA.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anand. Yes. I think there's a specialization that is called, is it information? Because we have someone, an engineer who is who has enrolled for MBA with EIU currently, at something about informations, communication or something. Yeah, so it's there are different specializations that, as Dr. Anand has mentioned, that you can choose from. But you can still speak with us.
There's a new one,
Yeah?
innovation management and design thinking. This is about strategic decision making.
Yes.
Strategic decision making for MBA grad after the engineering. This is a very good specialization, which is quite robust. Innovation management and design thinking. So your BE engineering is all about designing and element, etc. I would give you some news as well. In future, we might have engineering degrees as well. Emmanuel, I will keep you in the loop for that.
Thank you so much. So we have some other questions. Someone asked, what are the requirements for the BBA? Sorry, Pat More, we'll come to you, right? You raised your hand, but let's just answer some of these questions that have been here. The requirements for BBA, Dr. Anand.
All right. Okay. Requirement. Obviously, when it comes to requirement, I am not best in academics, by the way, but I'll tell you, there is required the documentation like passport, or identification documentation is required. The previous degrees of the diplomas or education you have completed, a transcript of that is required. But there is a list. Which list is you can check if you go on pedagogue.ac/Yebo and click on BBA. There is a list of 5 things, which is what is needed.
Correct.
We can even go right now and check it out.
Yes, you are correct, Dr. Anand. So, Otis, you can always check on that website, and there are 5 requirements. So for BBA, one of the paramount documents you must have is your SSC as your basic education. That's your secondary school, higher school living certificate, right? The fact that if you are in West Africa, have you done WAEC, have you done NECO and all that? So that's your higher school living certificate is number 1, right? Then you need to have a government issued ID card, right? You need to have passports, your passport photograph. Then you also write a personal statement of about 500 words, and then you will fill the EIU application form. Okay, so we'll give you all these details even after now, right, Otis? So those are the requirements. The major one is that you must have your high school certificate, right? High school certificate. So let's go quickly to the next one. Nadosia is asking, please, which institution certificate does the MBA student graduate with? Dr. Anand.
Please go again.
Which institution certificate does the MBA student graduate with? You know, there's pedagogue, and now there's EIU. So he is like,
EIU, The degree is EIU
Correct.
Paris. You're getting a degree, international degree from EIU Paris, and you're getting an alumni status with EIU Paris.
Thank you so much. So, Nnadozie, Yebo Academy is not a university, right? Yebo Academy is a partner, is the African partner with EIU Paris. So, EIU Paris is the accredited university that you will be getting the certificate from, the degree from. Yeah.
But you will also get, for 8 modules, remember, you also get a completion certificate from Pedagog on every single module completion automatically, and that gets stored in the blockchain. You can get the link from your logins, which is a separate thing, which is extra, which is all included, which is given on completion of each module.
Thank you.
Hello?
Okay, Padmore, can you ask your question? Or do me? Sorry if I didn't get your name correct.
Yes, please. Padmo Drew from Ghana.
Oh, good to have you, Padmore.
Okay.
You can ask your question.
Yes, I want to find out my chances of doing PhD in finance or PhD in business administration.
Yes.
I have MBA in finance.
Perfect. Yes.
And the cost.
Yes. So we have practitioner's doctorate. It's a 2 to 3 year program if you're full on PhD degree in the area of your specialization. Now, normally the price, as we were discussing, comes above 20,000 euros, but Emmanuel will discuss with you the prices. All you have to do is send your CV and your research, the area of specialization where you want to do your PhD, to hello@pedagog.ac. Your request to hello@pedagog.ac or through Emmanuel, and the academic staff will start to liaise with you and to get you admission and the next steps, because this is a very specialized area. PhD is taken very seriously. If you understand, there are mentors attached. There's a lot of research work. There's a lot of academics work. There's a scientific paper work. There's a publications involved, and we take it very seriously. So we will send you the full list of the requirements, and yes, you just need to write down what you actually need, what area you want to do, and what is the last qualifications, and we can get the ball rolling through Emmanuel, or simply send the message to through hello@pedagog.ac, and in the message write down through Yebo.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Padmore. Thank you, Dr. Jatin. So still on the Forex issue, Dr. Jatin, someone is asking, can we get an invoice on your portal, on our portal, in payment of our module? It is easier to raise it as a Form N on CBN portal. Once the invoice, we have an account to credit. So what the questionnaire the participant is asking is this. Okay. So students can access the foreign exchange, that's USD, at the official rate. However, it is when they can show that there's an invoice for studies, right? So they're asking if we can get invoice before payment. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, there are two options. We can generate invoice. It works out to be expensive for us. Though no issues, that's fine. It is because invoicing, raising, and collecting payment on the portal is different mechanism, because in the portal we are collecting through an API, which is automated processing, but through writing an invoice, each invoice we get charged. But let's put the charge away. And also it improves extra work for our colleagues to go create an invoice every time for the student and then get an email. It's just an extra 2-3 steps. I'm as a process engineer and a process manager, my job is when it comes to student needs, I go the next mile and always get it done. So answering your question, we can do the invoicing, and you have to do either request Emmanuel or request to hello@pedagog.ac. We can create a subscription. We send you one invoice, because you see, you are doing the course on based modules. So we can create like installments, like 9 installments or 10 installments, and do a subscription. And we send you one invoice which you can show to the banks, and there'll be a link on it. You simply click on the link and you can pay. Basically, answering your question, yes, we will arrange the invoice for you.
Okay.
With no additional costs.
We have already overshot our time. Before we call on the first graduate so that you see that somebody has actually graduated and was issued the certificate, the degree. Before we call on her, I would like Dr. Jatin to just speak briefly about this new product called EIU workshops in London, so that the participants will be aware of it too. Just briefly on the EIU workshops.
Yes,
taking
so
place in London.
I've shared the link on the chat. You must actually click and go through it. So EIU workshop is not new. We used to do it a lot in Paris, but just because of COVID, we had to stop it because of the lockdown. But now we are back with the workshops. Now workshops are conducted by industry renowned industry leaders and industry renowned speakers who are very professional in that particular area of their interest. They come with the team and they are not easy to access. So we have that tie-ups with them. Right now, we have chosen 8 different speakers who will be speaking on dedicated topics, which are like from entrepreneurship to marketing to leadership development to certain core areas in the industry, which are very, very sorted out and required by the corporates and executives. Now, these workshops are 3 to 5 days workshops happening in London. It includes daily buffet lunches, which is extra stuff. I mean, then includes daily tea, etc. Networking with same like-minded people who are corporates who come from globes, different part of the world. You'll be networking with them. It takes place in a 5-star location in London. Includes a certification of completion from a certification of completion from the University EIU Paris. It includes EIU Paris alumni status. You are allowed to use the status that you have. You are an alumni of the university, and that the exposure which you gain by visiting London and attending this workshop, liaising with your same like people. There is no. It has no monetary value basically, because it is the next level thing. So when you are here in London and doing this workshop and the learnings which you will do, that is unbelievably good. And I would say to see some videos which we have shared on our social profiles as well as on our sites. Check the profiles of our speakers. Some of the speakers are obviously Cambridge students, English. So this is one of the guys. He is ex-MP of UK. Now, to be an MP of the UK, he has been a Minister of Europe and MP of UK, and is a celebrity entrepreneur MP, and he's on politics. And there's a lot of demand for his courses in India. And he's conducting a 3 to 5 day seminar, and it's very difficult to get this kind of people. And we, through our network, we got it. And this is again an opportunity. When his workshops going to be conducted, again, this is for people. For his workshops, I would say, is for people at a very entrepreneurial level who are looking to gain negotiating skills, learning how to speak, learning how to take $1 million decisions through negotiating with the stakeholders. We have then people or diverse areas. So all of our speakers are from different areas of expertise in the industry. So again, this is an opportunity to visit, network, get a certification, and have a tour of London. We also have arranged a River Thames cruise dinner with all of us together. First, we used to do it in Paris, in River Seine, which is in Paris. We like it. This is our signature. We deal with our students, our executives who visit. We go, all of us, we go to have a dinner in the end, in the last day of the event, and that just leaves us with the memories. We have all the students, they are the repeat customers. We actually mail all of them that we are back with the workshops, but this time it's in London. And we will also do it in Paris and New York as well. But for now, this year, we are doing it in London. Again, another opportunity, and you can discuss the fee structure for that with Emmanuel of Yebo.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anand. And thank you for your time. Oh, Doctor, you were really, really grateful, right? And so, participants, Nigerians, you have all heard about the Japan syndrome, right? So this physical, this is not online now. This is a physical workshop in London. And the truth is, when you purchase when you enroll or register for the workshop, you'll be able to access a visitor's UK visa, and that will afford you opportunity to even stay in London in the UK for 6 months, up to 6 months, right? So that you have opportunity to still be after the workshop, stay back and just know about the UK before you return. And if peradventure, whilst you are there for that 6 months, you decide to say, okay, this is a good place for me, and then you can then apply or come back to say, okay, I want to apply for maybe university, getting enrolled in the university, so you get your student visa and all that, or you will get a work visa. So it is good to test the water with one leg. Some people are leaving the country for the first time in their life, and they are just living with everything they have. They're selling everything. They are resigning from their place of work, and that is the first time they are leaving the country. It is good to first go to these places, see how these places are. Is this a good place? Is this a place for me to even stay all my life or to relocate to? And then now make that informed decision. And I think attending this workshop in the UK, that is in London, would be a good opportunity to really test and see how the abroad is before making that decision to do the total complete relocation. So as many of us that are interested, it is very affordable. We can speak about it later on, because that will really help you in getting your UK visa. Thank you very much. So at this juncture, we want to call on Mrs. Josephine
Oh, yes.
Okoku. She is a graduate of EIU Paris through Yebo Academy. So now, she is not the first African or first Nigerian. EIU Paris has Nigerian graduates before now, right? But while we are celebrating Josephine, is the fact that Josephine is the first person through Yebo Academy that has completed her program and been issued her degree certificate and transcript. So, hi, drum rolls for Josephine. So just tell us about your experience within 5 minutes and how it was combining work and study, and then how you feel now. Josephine had her HND already, her HND, and she did direct entry, what we call BBA top up, and that was how within a year she was able to get her degree. So there is the opportunity for HND holders, ND holders, and NCE holders to get the bachelor's degree within a year. Josephine, over to you.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Josephine Edu. All right. My experience throughout the study was a little bit of a challenge because I was actually combining work and studies together. But I was encouraged more when I submitted my first paper, and immediately it was marked, and then I got my first certificate. I was like, wow, this is good, this is nice. So that one kept me pushing, and I started by as a payment for other modules, one after the other. So I was able to actually round up in December last year. It's the study is actually an interesting one, really. It gave me more insights to what a business is and how to do business, and also it also helped me because it was part of what I was actually doing at my place of work, and it was an eye-opener too for me because I was able to use what I learned from the course of study to also improve my job function. And to be sincere, I was actually waiting for this opportunity to actually say that thank you EIU, thank you Pedago, and thank you Yabo, because after sending in my certificate, I tendered it, and then my boss is like, wow, this is good, let us sit down and let us talk about moving you up to the next level.
That's
Thank
amazing.
you. It was
That's
a
so
great
good, so
opportunity.
amazing. And you know what? I would again appreciate one more thing. If I would appreciate if you could create a selfie video. What you said, could you repeat that in your video in your time and send it to Emmanuel or email it to us? We would like to feature you. I don't know if you see our feature post on our social profiles and our blogs at
Yeah.
EIU. We like to feature you. If you're interested, we'll write an article on you. I would like two things. One is one professional photo, and some biography of yours, and we will include some backlinks of Yebo and yours and all the details of yours and get it all featured. And if you can do a short video as well, selfie, that'll be amazing. And another thing I would tell you is, if you go, because obviously you are in your country right now, I would like to say is, what you could do, one thing, you go to our Instagram channel. And Instagram channel, I don't know if you're on Instagram, go there, and there is a uh, what you call filter. There's a filter on
Twitter,
Instagram.
yes, yeah.
You click on the filter and take a photo with a graduation hat. It'll automatically appear on your head, and just take a photo. And if you want to share it, share, or just send it to us, or just share it. So that'll be good. And please do that.
Okay.
And we are really happy about this. I know about that because my staff had also shared the first, and that you have just graduated recently. I'm again, many congratulations and all the very very best. And we have to work
Thank
together.
you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you,
Please
Josephine.
do
Congratulations.
do remember to feature, please, Emmanuel. Please, we get it done. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's not. Thank you, everyone, for your time. We have
And
spent
yes, and there's another
almost
thank
two
you for.
hours.
Yes, go ahead.
We spent over 1 hour, 30 minutes on this, and I
Yeah.
believe it was really, really helpful. So, as many persons that are on this call, let's continue the conversations. We will reach out to you for further updates. And so, at any point, this is the most affordable you can ever think of. The most affordable. So we're happy with what EIU and Pedagogue is doing, and we're happy to really also help Africans. So that's for us is for EIU, for Pedagogue, for Yebo. It's all about ensuring that Africans have access to education, because Africa cannot thrive without education. Education is the key to even the industrialization we are talking about. Education is the key to the development we are talking about. And so we must ensure that Africa gets access to higher education if we to develop. And that is what we are trying to do. Making sure Africans gain access to education most affordable rate. Thank you, Dr. Anand. We don't know if you have any parting, but we are very happy having you spend over and over with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Manuel. Thank you for all the participants. I really appreciate. It's been a great conversation with you all. I really admire all of you. Cheers. Thank you very much again, Manuel, and all of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye.
Have a nice weekend.
Cheers. All of you. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
For now, I'm not after that editing. Okay, okay.